You've been down long enough. You've been defeated long enough and mistreated long enough. Queen, it's time to stand up. Queen, it's time to get up. Queen, it's time to rise. Queen, rise up.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Queens Rise Up. You know how we do. This is Queen Rise Up Women Empowerment. To do what? To empower you. To do what? To know your worth, to know your value, so that you can get to the things of God that He has called you to, ordained you to, that you are destined for, that maybe you haven't even discovered yet. And that is Real Talk. Thank you for joining me right here, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we are live. I need you to like, I need you to share, I need you to post. I need you to tag somebody this morning, Queen, because I need you to get up. Listen to me. When you get, matter of fact, get up. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Please subscribe. And make sure you go view. Make sure you like. Make sure you share. And please tap them stars. Don't start none. Won't be none. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Get up and shake the dust off. Get up and start over again. Get up. Get up. Get up. Listen, matter of fact, when you get up this morning, make the devil mad that you are up. Listen, Real Talk. If he gonna fight you like this and fight you like that, make that, you better make him mad. Let you up this morning. Make a difference today. Queen, you have influence. Don't you know that? You are somebody in the things of, concerning the things of God. And that is Real Talk. I need you to get up this morning. And listen, I want to say it real simply, just like this. Don't nobody, can I just say it? And I've been saying this for a few days, and I don't know if it's personal, but let me just say this. You don't nobody owe you nothing. Let me, look. Hold on, wait a minute, pause, take a step back. Don't nobody owe you anything. Listen to me, you owe it to yourself. Come on, Queen. I'm going to help you this morning. So if you've been building your wall, you've been your Nehemiahs, building your walls, building your gaps, repairing the breaches in your wall, let me tell you something. Queen, let me say something. Don't nobody owe you anything. You know, we sometimes wait for our hands out, wait for somebody to say this and do that and do. No. Get up, shake the dust off. Let me tell you something. What God has for you, it is for you. God said, I have a plan for you. Listen to me. Come on. Before you were formed in your mother's womb, it is up to you whether or not you're going to go get it. It's up to whether you or not you're going to get up and go build it. It's up to you whether, no, you ain't going to be waiting for somebody to, how you going to, Queen, if you wait for somebody to give you something, to say something, Queen, you know what? Don't nobody owe you nothing. Get up. Listen, this is Real Talk. I know, right? Because you know why you building the walls and, you know, you're working in your assignment and fulfilling your purpose and your destiny. Now, what you think somebody owe you something? Queen, let me tell you something. You owe yourself enough. Listen, to build it. You owe yourself enough. Come on, to get into good health. You owe yourself. You know what? Sometimes we wait for people to say we sorry. You might not never get it. Can I tell you, what are you going to do? You know what? Maybe they did do it. Maybe they did say it. But you just might not get, I'm sorry. And now what you going to do? You going to wait for them to pay you or to owe you an apology? You know what? You'll be waiting all day. Let me tell you something. Quit wasting your time in places that are not profitable unto you. And Queen, let me say it again. Don't nobody owe you anything. Do you? I mean, let me have it. Matter of fact, Christ said, look, he said, what did he say? Owe no man nothing. Queen, don't nobody owe you anything. You don't owe me anything. It's going to be up to me whether I'm going to go get it. It's up to me whether I'm going to get the help or the resources that I need to get what I need to get where I'm going. You don't owe me, and that is Real Talking. Don't nobody owe you. I don't care how hard, how bad, how awful. Let me have a sip this morning. Let me get over here. We gonna lock and load this morning. Why nobody owe me? Somebody owe me. No. Jesus paid it all. I'm gonna help you. Listen, so anything that you need, where you going to get it from? Your peace, your joy, come on, listen to me, your sound mind. Listen to me. Matter of fact, maybe that investment you made. Let me get over here. Because sometimes we can get caught up on not certain people not doing certain things. And boo and bye. Can I just say that this morning? And this is Real Talk. No. This Real Talk. I need you to get up. No. Wait for somebody to push the button. Somebody, you know what? If you sit and wait for somebody to owe you something and not keep going because nobody's Ain't nobody in your boat, Queen. Maybe you got to row by yourself. You better get up and keep moving. And this is real talk. Somebody listen to me. You ain't got roll. You know what? I ain't going to start with y'all this morning because, Queen, don't nobody owe you nothing. You know, you can be so mad and angry and bitter waiting for, because of what someone did or what someone said or what someone's not doing. Quit holding up your life, waiting on others to do what God already said is done concerning you. And my thing is this, if you're going to fight, Queens, you know, my thing is this, fight to win. Don't be just, you know what, let me get up over here. We're going to lock and load this morning because don't nobody owe you anything. You owe it to yourself. That's, you owe it to yourself. You ain't got, and you don't have to prove anything to anybody. You ain't got to prove nothing to nobody. Just do what God told you to do. Good morning, Queens. Real talk, Queen. Don't nobody owe you anything. Can you imagine you waiting on somebody to pay something to you and you not going because or moving or making that God decision because you waiting on somebody? Queens, I promise you, but the process that I just been through, if I would have waited, come on, listen to me. I'll still be waiting. Do you hear me? Queens, you got to get up. God says in Jeremiah 29:11, he said, I got plans for you. Listen to me. Don't you know I got plans for you and not to harm you with an expected end? Come on, don't nobody owe you nothing, Queen. Let me have a sip this morning. I ain't going to be, because you can get caught up because, you know, you have situations in life. Maybe people have hurt you. Maybe they have offended you. Maybe they have done some things to you that, you know what, that you felt like you couldn't forgive or you wasn't going to take, you know, or you know what, God damn, they don't owe you a thing. You better get up and keep moving and know that, you know what, God has a plan for me. Yeah, you know, let me have a sit this morning. You know what? And Queen, this is real talk because we'll hold up our life or segments of our life waiting because you are expecting somebody to do this based on this or that. Honey, do you know you owe yourself? You owe yourself peace. You owe yourself good health. You owe, you know what? And who are you waiting for to tell you they're sorry? I didn't mean that. Hunty, you know what? I'm forgetting. Queen, listen to me. Go ahead and forgive and keep it moving. Did you hear me? Listen, forgiveness is the greatest cup of tea, Queen, and it is. Listen, let me have a second. You owe it to yourself to forgive. Don't start. No, you don't owe it to nobody. You owe it to yourself as well to forgive. Because if you don't forgive, you can't be forgiven. I'm going to help somebody this morning. God got a plan for you, Queen. I don't care how bleak, how bad it looks. I don't care how awful it's been. And this is real talk. Do you hear me? Let me tell you something. There's a plan for you, a plan with an expected end. And this is real talk, not thoughts of evil. Listen, don't nobody owe you anything. And this is real talk. Matter of fact, God said, don't you owe nobody nothing but love. Let me have a sip this morning. I'm not going to be fooling with y'all. But for the last few days, it's really been on my heart. Don't nobody owe you nothing. Get mad, get glad, get over it. Don't nobody owe you anything. You owe yourself enough to do what is righteous. You owe yourself to be in the best health. You owe yourself. Come on, to start that. Oh, don't start nothing, Queen, this morning. Don't start none. Don't be none. And when you get up and you start fighting don't just get up to be fighting, Queen. Get up to fight to win this thing. You hear me? Listen to me. To see your victory, the manifestation of your victory. Don't be in a fight and then talking about, oh, I'm in a fight. Baby, you in a fight to win. Come on, you are victorious. Listen to me. You are victorious. You are more than a conqueror. Listen, sometimes you got to get, you just got to get mad with some things and be like, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. And enough is enough. Enough of me waiting on you, waiting on you to do what I want. You know what? Waiting on you what I need to do for me. I'm going to have a sip. Oh, come on, Queen. You are a winner. You are more than a conqueror. Do you know that? You are, Queen, listen, a winner, victorious, the head, not the tail, that of a royal priesthood. And this is real talk. If you don't, listen, Don't nobody owe you anything. Yeah, they hurt you, but they don't owe you. They don't owe you your peace. Sasha, you know what, Queen? Don't start nothing because that's a t-shirt I put on this morning. Stay in your lane. And I took it off because I saw a little spot on it. I should have kept it going because there's still a spot on this one. Surely I did. Let me tell you something. Yes, I did. It says stay in your lane. Let me have a sip this morning. Don't start nothing, Sasha Hellman. Don't start nothing, Queen. Stay in your lane because what's for you, it is for you. And the key is in your lane. The race isn't given to the swift or the strong, but the one that endures to the end. Stay in your lane. Don't start none. Won't be none. You stay in your lane. You ain't got to worry about the who's and the what's or the wins. Matter of fact, you don't even hold people when nobody owes you nothing, you don't even hold on to people promises. I mean, you know what? Let me have a no. Can you imagine spending your life waiting for somebody to do a thing? To owe you something? So you wait for somebody to put your pay in your hands, Queens. Pay yourself this morning. Pay yourself some peace. Pay yourself some love. Pay yourself some health. Come on, healthy relationships. You know what? Listen, he said, listen, nobody owes you nothing because Christ, first of all, he paid it all. Anything that you need, go ask. And this is real talk. Anything that you need. He said, and when you ask, don't ask amiss. Hit your target this morning. What do you want? And this is real talk. It could be healing. It could be deliverance. It could be financial. It could be mental. Maybe it's just spiritual. Listen to me, real talk. You hear me? Wait a minute. Don't nobody owe you nothing. Get out your feelings and get up and shake the dust off and keep moving. Find out in that thing in your life where you on that wall, what you building. Come on, what's been broken down? What broke your walls down to the ground? And the thing about it, man, you better knock and keep. He said, knock. Don't start nothing. Ask and you shall receive. Knock and keep knocking till the door open. Seek and you shall find. You know what? Don't start nothing and you shall find. Here we go. Listen to me. You better lock and load this morning. Matter of fact, lock and load Matthew 7:7. Let's keep it. Come on, listen to me. You're going to build the walls. You're going to build the breaches. You're going to repair the gaps, but you're going to repair them through the word of God. Do you hear me, Queen? Listen to me, because don't nobody owe you nothing. You better get, you know what? Don't start none. He says, ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be open. What? Queens, get up this morning, shake the dust off and that's like the man at the pool of Bethesda. Help me, honey. Don't nobody owe you nothing. Pick your bed up and walk. Listen to me. How bad do you want it? Are you willing to commit to the process? Are you going to trust the process? Get up and walk. Don't nobody owe you nothing. Why? Because you didn't grow up with the silver spoon in your mouth. And now what? Because you know what? They didn't give you the love or the affection that you need. Now what? What? Because they abandoned you? Now what? Because you know what? I was abused coming up as a child. Now what? Don't nobody owe you nothing, Queen. And this is real talk. Maybe you've been to, you know what? Let me get over here. You know what? Nobody owe you nothing. As long as you keep thinking somebody owes you something, you're going to hold up your life. And that's real talk. Because sometimes we think we need to be at somebody's table or be on certain people's arena. You know what? No. You know what? Build your own stage in the things of God concerning you. Let me have a sip this morning. And Queen, you better walk it out. You hear me? Listen to me. If you ain't got nobody's table to sit at, tell God to build you a table. Don't start none, won't be none. Do you hear me? And this is real talk. He said, he that is in you is greater than he that is in this world. Do you hear me? You are more than a conqueror. You can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. You are the head and not the tail. You are above and not beneath. You are more than a conqueror. You are victorious. I need you to get up this morning, Queen, and shake the dust off. And if you gonna fight, Queens, fight to win. Don't play with it. You hear me? And this is real talk. Whether it's just your sense of peace, maybe, listen, oh, you know what, because nobody owe you nothing. And this is real talk. You know what? Oh, wait a minute. And matter of fact, ask you to give it to you. Because some people can have what you need and still won't give it to you. Let me have a sip. They can watch you day in and they can watch you day out and still not give it to you. You know what? Don't nobody owe you nothing. Did you hear me? And this is real talk. Let me have a sip this morning. You owe it to yourself, Queen. And this is real talk. Queen, listen, can be looking at you. They can be watching you. They can be, listen to me. Matter of fact, still high-fiving you, but still won't give. Let me say this. He said, ask who? Ask the Lord God Almighty. You know what? Jesus, listen to me. He said, and when you ask, he says, listen, it will be given to you. Seek and you will find it. Knock and the door will be open to you. Don't nobody owe you anything. And that is real talk. Queens, you better get up and shake the dust off. Listen to me, and this is real talk, and keep it moving. And what Queen says, stay in your lane. And this is real talk. God has a plan for you, Queen. The plan that he has for you is not the plan that he has for me. And that is real talk. Do you hear me? And just because our plans are different, let me tell you something. At the end of the day, we're not going to take the same path. We ain't gonna say the only path we're going to take should be the same is through Jesus Christ to get to that thing. Do you hear me? But let me tell you something. Every one of us in this room, your purpose and your assignments and the mantles that are on your life. Queen, don't let nobody hold you up waiting for somebody to tell you, I'm sorry. Don't hold your life up waiting for someone to give you something that God has given you the power and the authority to do on your own. And this is real talk. Do you hear me? No, you're not a lazy woman. You're not a woman of folly. Queen, let me tell you something. You are rising up from the inside out, not from the outside in, to get to the assignment of the purpose. Come on, come on. If you know what, if you be the leg, if you be the leg, be the leg. If you be the arm, Queen. Be that part of the body that you are supposed to be. And that is real talk. Don't stop none. Don't be none. Stay in your lane, wherever that thing is. And and what happens is when you start to really identify and walk into who God says you are, you will realize more and more and more that you really got what it takes to succeed. You got what you need. You just got to learn how to use what you got. And this is real talk, whether it's little bit by little bit. You get better and better each and every time. Maybe you learn how to set those healthy boundaries, but you're waiting for something to change around you. No, you change the atmosphere. You be the game changer in this thing. And this is real talk. And it always starts with in your personal life. Queens, don't nobody owe you anything. You owe it to yourself. They ain't paid it all for you. They're not going to pay it all for you. Jesus Christ paid it all for you. So go to the one. Come on, I'm going to help somebody today. And this is real talk. Queens, you're getting up. Oh, good morning, Queen. Listen, blessings. Because nobody owe you anything. When I went to counseling, did nobody owe me anything? When I went to go get the help or what I needed to be a better me, you didn't owe me anything. And maybe the person that maybe caused some of the issues, now what? Just because they caused the problem or maybe caused some of the issues in your life, what are you going to do? Keep waiting on them to fix what's been broken, Queen? Don't listen to me. Real talk. Life is short. We are in the end times. You really don't have time to wait for somebody to catch up to where God is getting ready to take you. Do you hear me? Let me have a sip this morning. Don't nobody owe you nothing. So if you and I owe you spot, you need, listen to me. You know how you got the IOUs? Oh, they owe me. Matter of fact, keep it. What you gonna do? I don't even want it. Queen, what you gonna do? Stay there and wait. And let me tell you something. Been there, done that. Do you hear me? Whoa, listen to me. Waiting on somebody to give me my peace. You don't even carry my peace. Waiting on somebody to provide the joy. You ain't got that. Listen, don't start none, won't be none. Waiting for somebody else to change so they can give me the crumbs. You know what? I'm going to help somebody. Waiting for somebody else to change so what they can give me the crumbs. Honey, you better listen and don't play with it this morning. Do you hear me? God said, honey, queen, daughter, beloved, I have a plan for you. And I have an expected end for you. That I will finish the good work that I began in you. And because I'm peace, faithful, and just. I saw it for David. Come on, save it for David, because David is dead. Don't start nothing, queen. Do you hear me? Listen to me. Not holding up your life because something's already dead. You know what? Let me have a sip this morning. Well, you know what? Don't start nothing, queen. And that is real talk. You know, I was over on TikTok yesterday, and you know, I you know how we call, you know how I acknowledge you as queens, and I acknowledge this gentleman as a king. He was like, no, I'm not a king. My name is this. Don't put me above God. I said, sir, let me share something with you real quick. Nobody's putting you above God. It's just a terminology that we use in reference to Queen Esther. And let me tell you who was a king, King David. Now, what you gonna do? King, get up out of here. King David, King Arias, don't start nothing. King with me. Listen, none of them was above Jesus Christ. So you hear me? It was just a you know, because sometimes we just get so deep and unnecessarily, you know what, get out of my room. Listen, real talk. Oh, we shouldn't be calling nobody no king and queens. Don't you know Queen Esther was a queen? And to come on, listen, get up out of my room. Queen Esther was a queen, not that she was a diva or she was above who God is. She just had a position that she needed to fulfill to accomplish a specific assignment and task bigger than herself. King David, don't start none, won't be none. Man, you better get up out of my room. Real talk. Listen to me. You hear? Don't start none, won't be none, because sometimes we just take things so over the top, so out of content. Matter of fact, grab your sword. What you gonna do? Go grab a knife? No, you're gonna get your 66. Come on, from Genesis to Revelation. Come on, don't play with me, please. Oh, come on. You know what? Matter of fact, and Queen, when God was finished, I was like, now, King, rise up to your position. Get into your proper place as an individual. What God has called you to do. Don't start none, won't be none. But let me get back to the matter of the fact is that, listen to me, no one owes you anything. Listen to me. No, he didn't know his position, but by the time he got done, I'm sure he did. You better be the best father, working your character, making sure that you are aligning your life up according to the will of God concerning you. And when God starts dealing with you, come on, then you go help somebody else. Let me move over to the left. Don't start none, won't be none. You hear me, Queen? Real talk. But you better know, because you got to know your identity, know who you are, know whose you are. And this is real talk, so no one can buffet you or make you feel any sort of kind of way. You understand? Nobody make you feel some kind of way, because when you understand your worth and your value, knowing really who you are, can't nobody make you feel any kind of way. Matter of fact, you'll be able to check them before they check you. Prime example. Can I just do this real quick? I'm going to the left a little bit, because don't nobody owe you nothing to find out really who God says you are. Don't nobody owe you that, Queen. You owe that to yourself. Do you hear me? Come on, to love. Can you imagine? Let me just do this. Oh, Lord, you something else. Even love. Sometimes we're waiting for love. Man, don't nobody owe you love. Do you hear me, Queen? Christ paid it all. He already loves you. Now love yourself. And this is real talk. Come on, God called the women goddess because he's a closet God, because he is the host of life. He called us queen so many things at the end of the day. The truth is, queen, you know who God has called you, has purposed you. And queen really came from Queen Esther. He even calls us princesses at moments and times, and warriors, and so many different things. Man, don't start no 1P month. Those are just analogies or metaphors into God's ruling and his reigning and who he is and what he's doing with you. Listen, he'll tell you got legs like a gazelle. Gazelle, get up and run. Now what? Now you will add a garanimal. Girl, you know what? Don't play with me. You ain't no garanimal. Listen to me. The legs of a gazelle is an analogy or a metaphor to how the strength that you have that God has given you. And that is real talk. So that means you got legs like a gazelle. You come on, gazelle, don't start none. That means you can, come on, you can tread up on tough terrain. Come on, in the spiritual realm. Come on, you can be all that God call you to be. You ain't got to wait on nobody, especially if he gave you legs like a gazelle and hinds feet. Don't start now and gave you wings light as an eagle, give you strength as an eagle. That is so you can get to your destiny, that you can make it to your God-given purpose. But if you waiting, when you are, oh, y'all gonna make me lose my mind up in here. If you are made, come on, he said, I made you in my likeness and in my image. Who are you waiting on? Queen, I spent a lot of time waiting on somebody. Come on, come on. And can I tell you, they never gave it to me? Let me have a sip. I'm going to help somebody today. They didn't give it to me. I decided that I was going to live and not die. I didn't talk about being the head. I started walking into things concerning God as though I was the head according to his word. And to this day, y'all gonna excuse me, they still ain't gave it to me. Don't nobody owe you nothing, queen. And kings, if you listen and understand your position, understand that God has a plan and a purpose for you, you owe it to yourself. And that's real talk. I told my daughter yesterday, I said, I want you to know today, no matter anything that you experienced in life, no matter how hard it has or it may get, don't nobody owe you anything. Can you imagine somebody, even someone holding you up, talking about you owe me? Excuse me? No, that's going to be up to you. That's not up to me. It's going to be up to you to win. It's going to be up to you to make different choices. It's going to be up to you. But don't allow nobody to hog tie you based on something that maybe you have done it, but don't let nobody hog tie you. The individual got to go get what they need. And let God deal with you. Because one thing you can do, you can't make up lost time. Time it's gone. Only one person I know who can redeem time, and that is Jesus Christ. Do you hear me? You do the best you can with what you have. But don't you let nobody put you in the box. And don't you put don't you put nobody in no box. But real talk, don't nobody owe you anything. And if you feel someone owes you something, well, you keep waiting for it, or you're gonna waste a whole lot of your time. Queen, you have purpose. There is a plan that God has already planned for you before you were formed in your mother's womb. If you ask, you shall receive. Knock, seek, but don't be waiting. No, don't. Let me have this. People who wait on other people to do, you get your feelings hurt most times. You get your feelings hurt. You get caught up in your emotions. God is not finished with you yet. There is more to come. Eyes have not seen, ears have not heard, nor has it entered into your heart what God has in store for you. I need you to get up. Get into your rightful spiritual places with Jesus Christ. And this is real talk. Have you ever been hurt so bad that you thought you couldn't recover? But you had to decide that you were going to get up. You was going to get up and fight. And not just get up and fight, but get up to fight to win. Maybe that's you this morning. And you've been waiting on somebody to give you something. No one owes you anything. Christ paid it all. Don't let nobody else hold your life up. And that is real talk. Do you hear me? He paid it all. Not your mother, not your sisters, not your spouses. Because purpose does not change because of the delays or the denials. Do you hear me? Nobody owes you anything. If there's someone on your table today that you need to let go, that you need to forgive them and let them go. They don't owe you anything. I'm going to have a sip. No matter how hard or how bad, because they may, and the person that may even owe you an apology, you may never hear it. Now what you gonna do? Hold your life up, waiting for somebody to tell you I'm sorry? Well, I'm sorry to tell you, that is not how it works. Queen, this thing is up to you. And I remember the day when I remember the day so vividly when I got up. And I didn't get up first in my natural man. I got up in the spirit of my mind. And I had to make a decision whether I was going to live, was I going to die, was I going to advance in this thing in the kingdom of God, or was I going to allow life to take me out? And this was real talk. And I began to talk to God. I said, Lord, I need your help. I need you to give me the wisdom and the knowledge that I need to carry this thing out. Did you hear me? Give me the steps. There was moments where I had to apologize even to my enemies. I'm going to help you today. You hear me? Because it was not up to them. It was up to me. Whether I was listening, was I going to stay stuck in the rut? Was I going to live? Was I going to die? Was I going to finish the assignment? Or no, it was not up to, you know what, don't start. No, it was not up to the circumstances. Listen, come on, if you're going to take it, that's it, Queen, fight to win. Don't just fight. Fight to win. Come on. And sometimes taking things could just be taking your peace, taking your joy, your soundness of mind. Do you hear me? Your soundness of mind. And this is real talk. So listen to me. Oh man. Oh, don't start nothing, Queens, this morning. But listen, you got to decide. Because don't nobody owe you anything. Oh, yeah. I say. Sometimes apologizing to your enemy just so you can keep your heart right. Did you hear me? Let me have a sip. So the windows of heaven don't close. Don't start no more beat now. Woo! Listen. Listen. Because it's the foolish thing that confounds the wise. What you mean I got to apologize? I got to apologize to who? Because you don't want the heavens. You better do what you have. Queen, don't stop. You know what? Don't start none. Won't be no. You better do whatever you got to do to keep your heart right. And this is real talk. Don't. Woo! Listen. Don't start none, Queen. To keep your heart right. And that's real talk. You hear me? Queens, don't nobody owe you anything. Nobody owes you your peace. Nobody owes you your job. I mean, your joy. And maybe maybe they owe you financially. Maybe, you know what? And they owe you financially. If you got to get it God's way. But if not, let them go. Some things you just drop and you just give it to God. You know what? Lord, I'm giving you this. I'm giving you this. Don't waste no more time on waiting for somebody to I owe you. Pay yourself. And that's real talk. Queens, listen, I got to go over and Body Rebuild, and I need to be on time because them queens, we are off the chain up over there, and that is real talk. We are on day number 4 of our 15 days, and I'm going to tell you something. Life has already changed in a short period of time, and we're using God's principles to build this thing up. Nothing else, no more, no less. You hear me? That we will walk in our spiritual health, that we will walk in mental health, that we walk in emotional health, that we also walking in physical health, all at the same time. So Body Reboot starts at 10 a.m. I need to be on time for my queens because them queens up over there, they didn't come to play with it. Did you hear me? And that is real talk. You can still join me for 30 minutes of self-love. It takes us about completely. If we start on time, 10 o'clock, we probably finish everything about 11 o'clock, just to let you know. We come in just to see what their hearts are, see what's on their mind. How did your day go? How did you take accountability concerning your eating habits? What did you do after we finished doing 30 minutes of self-love? How did you apply those things in your life according to the will of God concerning you? Where was your struggle? Do you hear me? Where was your struggle? What was you fighting with? Or what was your opponent in that season that you decided to make that decision? Was you sleepy or was you up with spiritual warfare? And this is real talk. So you can handle those things when it comes to how you eat or how you take care of you. But there's a root of something behind something, and that is real talk. And then listen to me. And we do that. So by the time we finish up in there, about 11 o'clock, but we do the recap because every woman has a voice in that room. You hear me? So we give everyone pretty much an opportunity to share what's on their heart, what's on their mind. How did your day go, and how are we gonna change some things? Did that work for you yesterday, or did it not work for you? How do you set that time of the day out that you need to eat? Did that time of day work for you? If it didn't work for you, change it around to make that thing work for you. And so we do that on Body Rebuild. We ain't just coming up in there and just, you know what, cha. No, we get into some serious things, keeping them how to be disciplined in the things of God concerning them. And this is real talk. While getting spiritually strong, physically strong. I don't know if y'all better don't play with this today. Listen to me. Look. Listen, I got to get up out of here. We waiting over on Body Reboot. You can still join me. It's never too late because something about God, He knows how to redeem time. So if you want to join me, go to queenriseup.com. I'll send you the link to Zoom so you can join in. And then I'll send you what we call our playlist now. I send them the playlist. So while I'm exercising, not just listening to my music in my background, but they can also have it right on site with them when they also join me. You hear me? So listen, I want you to join me, but I want you to know today, don't nobody owe you good health. It's up to you to decide whether you're going to take care of you or not. And that is real talk, whether it's spiritually, mentally, emotionally, soully. It is up to you. Don't nobody owe that to you but you. And that is real talk. And Christ paid it all. I got to get up out of here, queens. Y'all know that I love you. Make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you tag somebody, and make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. I got to go. Know that I love you. Be blessed. If you're going to join me, y'all join me on queenriseup.com. Body Reboot. I would love to see you over there. Come on. In Jesus' name, you hear me, Queen? Take the meat and leave the bones. Real talk. But you know what I'm learning, Queen? Let me just say this. The more, I was talking about, I'm going to say this, and I'm really get out of here. I am. But I've been talking about Nehemiah, about building the wall. And so what happens is, I'm sure while we're building and God is restoring us, we see our differences, we see our flaws, but if you keep working on them, he will start I would hate to use the word to perfect, but he starts to mature those things in your life. And if you keep doing them, they just become, after a while, it just be who you are, not just what you do. And so, but you gotta stay in your position. You gotta stay in your post. You gotta work them things out and watch for your distractions and things and your diversions and things like that. But stay focused and committed to what God is giving you. And Queens, I promise you, you don't even gotta make this stuff up after a while. It just be it just be who you are. Do you hear me? And this is real talk. But you gotta work the work that God is giving you, and this is real talk. And I can't explain it because I ain't trying to figure it out. I'm just walking your purpose, walking your assignment, because what's misunderstood is not to be explained a lot of times when God is doing what he's doing with you in your life. So listen, know that today that nobody owes you nothing. Get up and go get it. Do you hear me? If you want it bad enough, get up and go do it. If you need love, seek the one that loves you the most, and that is real talk. And he gave his life for you. I got to go. Know that I love you. Be blessed. I'll see you tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Live, right here on Queen Rise Up. And Queen, remember, don't nobody owe you nothing. And that's real talk.